Today we will discuss in this video about the unification of Europe under Napoleon and his defeat. So in this chapter we will discuss the rise of Napoleon and how there was also the downfall. But as we start with the new chapter of regarding the Napoleon, you must remember the last chapter we have dealt with the monarchic rule of the France which came down. So the king's pompous lifestyle made the people, there was a grievances which the people revolted, and they brought down the monarchic rule, the dictatorship of the king. And then the governorship went in the hand of the radicals, and then followed by the successive directories. Later on Napoleon came in the limelight, and Napoleon also took the benefit of his military power and strength and removed the directory. So that all we will study also in this chapter. So we start with your first paragraph as it is given there. Napoleon Bonaparte occupies a place of honor among those rulers in history who, by virtue of their military skill and administrative capability, have acquired undying fame. So we need to describe here that Napoleon Bonaparte, as we come later, you will come to know how skillfully he managed the countries, the European countries. So a place of honor is also given, a due respect is also given to him for his military skill. Okay, so who by virtue of their military skill and administrative capability, so beside apart from his military capability, he was also a good administrator. When I talk about the administrator, I would like to tell you that as single ruler he tried to control the European countries. I will let you know with the so many countries he made them under his clutches. Okay, then Napoleon came into the scene when revolutionary France was involved in wars with the foreign countries. So we have seen in the last chapter how France was involved with American independence and such things. There were so many places where the France was fighting outside the country, not in France. So that time Napoleon came in the light as he was a very much a brave warrior soldier. These wars were inevitable as European power were afraid that the revolutionary ideals of liberty and equality would spread to their country and destroy the monarchic there. So in the France now, the when the Napoleon came in the limelight, during that time, through the monarchic rule, when there was a downfall of the monarchic rule, the ideals of liberty, equality, first it was there in the France, which spreaded to the different parts of the European countries also. So there also, wherever the king's rule was going on, so their rulers, their nobles got a kind of a fear that this kind of a nationalistic view of France, revolutionary ideals. So because liberty and equality, these were the new things. Earlier people have no idea about the liberty, that is a freedom or equality in front of law, that all of us are equal. There was nothing like that. Slave and the ruler or a noble, such kind of a class division was there. So the other European country, the wherever the rulers, the king's rule was there, so they had a fear that this kind of revolution can bring down their throne. The rulers have to leave their throne for people's choice. The leaders will be chosen according to the people. So that was a great fear in the among the nearby countries. So a coalition of power comprising Britain. Coalition means here the group of power country, that means a group of country, they made a separate groupism, as you understand now. Few people make a group. So here also few country made a group, they had certain understanding, that is what called a coalition of powers comprising. Now who all country were in that group? Britain, Holland, Spain, Austria, Prussia, Naples, Portugal, etc. was formed in 1793. Against whom? It was made against France. So these country got together against France, and again in 1797. So these 2 years, particularly in 1793 and later on in 1797, they made the group, open group, so that they can declare that they were against the France. Napoleon fought successfully and defeated Austria. He then overthrew the directive which was ruling France and proclaimed a constitution. So that time Napoleon was fighting in Austria. I will show you the map where these countries are located. So by that time when Napoleon was fighting, he was victorious over there, and then he came back to the France, and where the directory rule was going on. In the last chapter we have discussed that there were the five members in the directory. So this directory was overthrown by the Napoleon, and he himself proved as a ruler, okay, that you will see, which was ruling France, and proclaimed a new constitution. So everything he removed and he made a new constitution. According to him, France was to be ruled by a small council of 3 consuls. So now there was no directory. So now instead of directory there were 3 consuls, and he himself made the first consul. That means he was in the first position. There were 3 consuls. Out of that consul, he was in the first. The position of the first consul was stepping stone for the further rise of Napoleon in 1804. Napoleon declared himself as the emperor of the French. So then later on there was a change as he came to the power. He showed his power by removing everything, and then he declared himself as an emperor. Napoleon undertook military operation against European coalition that was formed against France. He conquered part of Italy, Austria, Spain, Holland, Germany, etc. In Germany, he created a confederation of the Rhine consisting of 38 German states. So I will show you how these countries. So he made again, by this time he became a star military person who wanted to conquer the world. So he had a military operation against these European, because he knew that these countries are, again, they are the enemy of France. So now he took a open military operation against this country. Okay, so in Germany he created a confederation of Rhine. So there he made a confederation, a certain agreement he made, that is known as the confederation of Rhine, consisting of 38 German state. So German state was also that time divided. He, by his control, he brought all those states together, and he made a total as a confederation of Rhine. Okay, by 1807 all major power except England had come under the. So this is what the with all his effort, leaving Britain, all the countries almost came in the hand of the France. So domination, this is what given here. Napoleon signed the Treaty of Tilsit when Alexander I, the Tsar of Russia, in 1807, according to the Treaty of the Tsar, accepted the continental system. So that also I will explain you later, and promised to help the Napoleon in England. Since the Pope refused to accept continental system, Napoleon dispossessed his territory. Okay, now I would like to show you how the European countries went all together, and then the Napoleon tried to manage these all countries. Here you just see France, it's located. You must see your atlas, you must be having at home. So how here the France is here. Okay, Spain, Italy, Portugal, Austria, against whom France was fighting battle, Germany, all the states got together with the help of France. Okay, now this is United Kingdom, your Britain. This is separated by the English Channel. So Napoleon, through his leadership, when he came in the as he became the emperor, he tried to conquer Portugal, Spain, Italy, the Germany. Okay, now Czech Republic, Austria, Hungary, Poland. So all these European nearby country he wanted to conquer, and he somehow he managed also. And for that purpose, now when he became the powerful, he made a agreement. When these powerful countries became under the France, so he made one agreement that they have to have all the business only with France, not with the Britain. Okay, that is your continental system that I will explain you now, because since there is in between the your English Channel over here, France had a difficulty to overpower the Britain, and Britain was also the powerful. So France, Napoleon thought that they cannot fight a battle against the Britain. So in order to make the Britain down, he made an agreement with these European countries, that is all called continental system, that they should not have any business with the Britain. If they will do have or any contact with the trade business with the Britain, they had to suffer, and Napoleon will take the action against that particular country. So this is what given here in under the continental system, which I will explain you. So this is you must read the chapter to understand this. Okay, now the thing is that the situation also changes with the time to time, because these country, when they got together, they also made certain system to face the France, that I will explain in you the next video, that is the height of the Napoleon power. So for that introduction, you must read the chapter and go through it, so that I can make you more proper way you can understand the explanatory part. Thank you.